Hello everyone, welcome back to another Antwood Movie Mania. And for the first time ever on this channel, I am doing a Halloween live stream. And what a better way to kick off this live stream than with my special guest. She starred in the 1978 iconic classic Halloween. She is the original Judith Myers. So I'd like to welcome Sandy Johnson. Just get you on the stage.
Hi there. I hope y'all are doing well today. Hey.
Yeah, can you hear me properly, just to make sure everything's okay?
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, great. That's good news. That's the first time we're doing this. I want to make sure everything's set up nice and easy. So welcome to the channel. This is a big thing for me to have someone on here. So I'd like just to say welcome to Antwood Movie Media. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. So my first question is, how's your morning going?
Well, I'm not really a morning person, so I pretty much just rolled out of bed, did my best to get ready, and here I am.
just so I know, everyone, she's in the States, so our time difference is a bit different. It's late on the afternoon here, so it's early in the morning over there. So
yeah.
So thank you for getting up.
Of course.
So my first question is, how did you get into acting? Like, what made you want to be an actress?
Well, when I was very little, I loved doing make-believe. I was always like building caves out of boxes and just creative stuff. I was just always imagining different scenarios. And then I started taking drama in school. Throughout school, I did drama, I did dance production, all of those things, play production. When I got to college, I started taking lessons and workshops in Hollywood. They had different, offerings. And so I guess I just always kind of loved that make-believe world.
Oh, that's great. Great to hear. So the big thing I want to talk to about is Halloween, obviously, because that is why you so nicely came onto this channel to talk about. So how did you, when you started acting, like, how did you hear about the part of Judith Myers? Like, did someone tell you about the part, or did you hear about it?
My agent was the Playboy agency, and they actually sent me on an interview to meet up with John Carpenter, Deborah Hill, and some others. And it was actually in one of the houses that they were filming some other scenes from Halloween in a different room. And I was in the front of the house, and they were interviewing me. So I read some lines for them. I screamed and whatever else they asked for. And I think like the next day or day after, my agent called and said that I had been cast as Judith.
Oh, that's amazing. So so before Halloween, you done a Playboy shoot. Is that correct?
I did. In 1974, I was the centerfold in June.
Oh, for everyone who didn't know that, there you go. She was a Playboy. You did Playboy, so there you go. So when you got the part, you found out you got the part. When you started shooting scenes for Halloween, did John Carpenter give you like any advice?
Yes, John Carpenter and Deborah Hill both did a lot of staging for us as we went through the scenes. They kind of showed us, where they want us to be, what kind of feel they wanted to the scene. So yeah, they definitely provided a lot of insight for what they were looking for.
Oh, well, that's good. So, how many days were you actually on set for?
I was just on set for one day.
Oh, so that all took place in just one day?
Yep, just one day.
Oh, wow. I thought that might have been a long shot. I thought it might have been like a couple of days, but oh, well,
no.
So, you could say everyone talks about Jamie Lee Curtis Laurie Strode and Michael Myers setting the being the full franchise players. But you could argue that Your Death set the full started everything. It started everything off, because without Your Death, there'd be no Michael Myers. So you are like a big franchise player. You could argue that, couldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think, the franchise is expansive now, of course, but in the very beginning, I mean, the very first few minutes of the very first original, Judith Myers gets killed, which is kind of out of nowhere. People don't know the story yet. So all of a sudden she's killed, and then you see that it's her little brother that's done it. So not only is she the first kill, she's also the only kill by the young Michael. So I think that both of those are kind of important to the story.
Yeah, because without Your Death, with Your Death, it causes a ripple effect right through that film. So if that never happened, then you'd have no Michael Myers or anything like that. So
right,
do you
it's
feel
just out of nowhere
to know that your part was a big part in the film?
Yes. I was certainly happy to have been cast as her. I didn't know at the time it was going to be a big deal, but I was happy to be cast then, and I'm certainly happy now that I was cast.
Oh, that's good. When you were there filming it, did anyone on the set, including yourself or John Carpenter or anyone, did you realize that you were making such an iconic movie in film history?
I really didn't. Everybody there was kind of new in Hollywood. There weren't any big stars at the time that were on set. Of course, later, that's a different story. But at the time, everybody was kind of new, just doing their thing. And so the only thing I remember about it that I thought was a big deal was that they were using the Panaglide camera, which was new technology to get those long, smooth shots instead of little short takes and having to put them together. So that to me was pretty exciting.
All right. Do you have any favorite memories of being on set, or just the process of going from auditioning to being in the film?
I think that, I mean, the film was really fun, and it was challenging because there's such a change in the feel in just a matter of a minute. I mean, you go from downstairs where you're just having fun and kind of necking on the couch and all of that, and then you're going upstairs, and then the next thing is you're all by yourself, in this dark room, and you can hear them coming to kill you. So that's quite a transition. That's that quick. So yeah, that's kind of fun. I don't remember. I haven't done anything else where there's that kind of a transition.
Oh, if do you keep in touch with anyone from the film or from the franchise? Do you still keep in contact with anybody?
I do at cons. We made up quite a bit at horror cons. I just saw PJ Souls last week in Oklahoma, and she's an absolute doll. I always love it when she's there. And then I often see Nick Castle and Nancy Loomis, James Jude Courtney from the later trilogy. So yeah, it's terrific to see all of them. Super nice.
Oh, if by any chance, this might be a little bit cheeky on my end, if you were to give a little message to any one of them people you talk to send them my way, please feel free to.
All right.
I'll try and get as many people on this channel as I can, and then. So, for anyone in the States, you just mentioned conventions. You must see all types of Halloween fans when you're over there. Does anyone you must have to sign loads of things for people, or do you get any random requests off the fans, while you're there?
Well, sometimes they'll ask me to say, Michael. Or, of course, they like me to sign all kinds of different things. I have some very young fans that I enjoy, little tiny children that are fascinated with me. So that's always fun, my youngest fans.
Yeah. So because with the recent Halloween trilogy, obviously that's bringing in a new generation of fans, and obviously they're going back to watch the original. Did any of them come up to you and talk, like, say, "Oh, we've watched the new trilogy, now we came back and watched the original. We can't believe that you're in that one." Does anyone, any of the fans talk to you about that?
Oh yeah. I think most of the new fans, I do have a lot of that age fans, early 20s, late teens. I think that they all, or most of them, still love the first one. They just feel like that's the start of it. And then, of course, many of them like different ones of the trilogy, some more than
Yeah,
others.
but I think pretty much every Halloween fan will agree that the Halloween original is probably the best in the full franchise. I don't think it'll be topped out of any other film that's come after it. All due respect to like the directors that have done it, like, but I'm just putting it out there. Halloween is the best one.
That first one is pure John Carpenter. That's why I love it.
Yeah, it's a special film for a lot of Halloween fans. For everyone else in the States, have you got any more conventions coming up?
I do. I have an Iowa. I have a Virginia. And then I have a couple others that I can't announce yet. And I'll be headed west.
Oh. Keeping everyone interested, keeping them on the toes. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, they can always look on my my webpage and figure out where I'm going to be when. I keep that updated. As soon as I'm allowed to announce it, I put it on there.
For everyone, for the people who don't know your webpage, what's it called?
It's called unicornsandyj.com. And
there you go. If you don't know, that's what it is.
Yeah, the unicorn is a name that my agent gave me when he found me. He looked for me for 8 years. So when he finally found me, he said I was his unicorn, his magical, mystical creature. So I thought that was cute. So I called it a Unicorn Sandy J, in honor of him finding me.
Well, if you didn't know that, there's a little story for everyone about our agent. Well, look, I don't want to keep you for much longer, so I just want to say a big thank you to joining us. You give so much of your free time, so I want to say thank you for that. But if you ever want to come back on this channel for a free chat again, I'm more than happy to let you do it. But if you want to send anyone, from the Halloween franchise my way, please let them know. Send them a little message or whatever. I'll be more than happy to accept it as well.
I'll do that.
Well, thank you very much for coming onto this channel. I can't thank you enough. So thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you very much. And I will see you later. So thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Right. Bye.
Well.
And there we have it. That was my full first live Halloween interview with the original Judith Myers. And I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's watched. Well, this camera's a bit thingy. But yeah, this is a big thank you to everyone who has watched my first ever live stream with the original Judith Myers, Sandy Johnson. Please leave your likes, your comments. I'm Antwood Movie Mania. As always, I'll see you in the next one. See you later.